Hello everyone and welcome back to Bandai Product and Figure Review. I just have a quick announcement, and that is the channel managed to get 242 subscribers. So thank you for all of your guys' support with the growth of this channel. It looks like a lot of you guys that are tuning in aren't actual subscribers yet. Please hit that like and subscribe button to get the latest content for unboxings and possible figure reviews that I'm going to be doing in later videos. So speaking of videos, let's get into today's video, and that is we are going to be looking at the Gundam Build Metaverse, another one from 2023, and this one happens to be a entry-level model kit. So this is going to be perfect for anyone that is trying to get into the hobby. So let's take a look at which one we're going to be looking at today. The one we're going to be looking at today is a entry-level 144 scale Build Strike Exceed Galaxy Gundam from the Gundam Build Metaverse series. That is a mouthful to say. But yeah, this is an entry-level grade model kit. So these are going to be very simple and really easy to build, and the instructions are really easy to follow. Since this is a fairly newer model, this is actually going to come in English and Japanese. So as you can see, we have the name in Japanese, but we also have the name in English for the model. So this is a really good one, and as you can see on the top right corner right here, it says entry grade, and this does not require any glue, nippers, or painting. I would still recommend having a nice little pair of nippers regardless, and some sanding sticks. Other than that, it's pretty much self-explanatory on how to build this. Looking at the box itself, we can see that the Build Strike Exceed Galaxy has a lot of really cool features to it, and it also has a cool little Galaxy Fighter that acts as its backpack, which is iconic for the Strike Gundam from all of the other series. So apparently Strike Gundam is going to be very popular, especially with the new movie coming out. Definitely look forward to those models coming out too. So getting back into this, let's take a look on the inside of the box. Alrighty, I always love the art depiction on the box. It is so cool, it's so dynamic, and it kind of gives you a good idea of what it could possibly look like. So let's take a look and open this up. And starting off, I always love looking at the instruction manual. So I just wanted to show the top portion of this. Again, this is a really cool graphic and animation. And mostly I wanted to zoom in for you guys to take a look at the writing on here. So you can actually pause the video and read all of this, because I'm not going to read all of this. But this is giving you a basic synopsis of the pilots and the mech that he has built. So yeah, this is going to give you a really cool understanding of the pilot, or the builder in this case, and the unit that he had built. So this is a really fun kit if you're like watching the Build Fighter series and stuff like that, just to fiddle with and build while you're watching a Gundam series. But this is in both English and Japanese, so you will be able to actually understand that. That is another thing that I've noticed with a lot of kits starting from 2015, is they started going with English in some of their translations for their instruction manuals, which helps tremendously a lot of people. There's going to be a video that I'm going to be working on that will explain how to look at older instruction manuals, so look forward to that video in the near future. Alright, starting off with the first entry to this, we actually have a fairly good example of all the trees that we have, which are runners, trees, runners, different ways of saying them, But these are all our parts are, and they're all alphabetized, and it looks like there is not that many. And here's the lovely thing with these entry-level kits is that they actually give you nice compartmentalized sections for what runners you're going to need to build each individual part. So that's actually one of the cooler things to help out anyone that's getting into the modeling for Gundams. Again, this actually shows us how to snap them out. And this is in both English and Japanese, so this is going to help tremendously on how to take these pieces out and assemble them. Moving on to over here, we actually have another synopsis of the articulation, possible add-on features for this, because this does actually have several other add-on weapon sets and stuff that haven't come out yet that I'm aware of, or you could add several others. As long as you have the right to connector points, you can add any add-on feature from the Build Fighter series. And so moving on, we have the instructions for the head, chest units, which are really easy to follow. We do go back into black and white, but it does have it all in English, and how to build the Galaxy Fighter, which is really simple. They all numbered and lettered, so definitely easy to follow along, especially with the instructions telling you how to put the pieces together, and how the jet comes apart and folds into the backpack portion for the Build Strike Gundam. And then we have the back portion of here that shows the various weapons and features that this has. So this is already looking like a really nice kit. So let's take a look at the plastic for the model itself. Okay, starting off with runner A, 1 and 2, and we have various other ones. So this alrighty, so we are starting off with runner A, or the first section of runner A, which comprises of 4 individual sections or colors. I'm going to start over. 3, 2, 1. Starting with runner A, or in this case, runner A1 and A2. And I believe this is going to be a lot of the chest armor, the eyes for the units, part of the backpack, and yeah, I'm going to start over. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, so being an entry grade model, this is going to be very, very simple to take these pieces out. And for organization, as we can see, it is an A1 and A2, so these are already compartmentalized for your building needs and are all labeled on here. So we have parts for the chest, for the front and back, the part another part for the back portion of the chest and the backpack. We have the shoulders, hands, and various other parts. The molding on these are fairly good, all considering it being a entry level model kit. That they are not skimming on the detail whatsoever. We also have a part for the torso here, but overall it's comprising of a lovely brown gray color. The eyes over here are like a neon green, and these are like a kind of a purplish German gray kind of color. So again, you could paint these if you wanted, but overall it's going to look really nice just as a cool straight build. So let's move on to the other runners. Keeping in numerical order, we are looking at A3 and A4. This is where we're going to find more of the weapons and joint features for this model. We also have the hip and the bottom of the feet. and the detail on them are really nice. As you can see right here, there are jet nozzles on the bottom of here, so you could easily do a really nice job coming in here and painting these like a dark copper or something like that to kind of give it that jet exhaust vibe. We also have parts for the legs. We also have part for the shield, and I believe shin parts. Again, this is more for a lot of the joints for the unit. So moving on to Runner B. This is where we're going to see a lot of the transparent and other colors and final parts for the weapon system. So we have a lot of really nice transparent red for the shield and side armors for the arms. It's kind of giving me like an Exia vibe, kind of, or Trans Am kind of vibe. Overall, we have really nice molding for the parts of the head, vents, especially for the flight units. And we have another part for the aircraft's backpack or jet nozzle. And we have various other blades, guns, and the shield. And we can't forget the iconic Gundam V right here. It does have those little nubs, as you can see right here. If you can try to see that, they have those little outer nubs to prevent you from poking your fingers. You could easily take some nippers and just kind of nip those off. That's why I always said at the beginning of the video, you can still have a pair of nippers just to make the parts come out a little bit more nicer. So overall, this is looking like a really nice kit. This is actually the portion for the jet, and I believe various joints and exhaust nozzle for the aircraft, the little Galaxy fighter. So this is already going to look really nice, and it's not going to take a very long time to actually build. Next up, we have Runner C, and this is basically comprising more of all the white parts. So we have the shield, side armors for the arms, chest unit. We have the head that comprises of a front and back, and various other joints and armor pieces for the unit. This is also where we have the back of the hands and side armor and front armor for the unit, and various vents for the units. So this is already looking fairly well. And last but not least, we have Runner C, which is basically, again, more white armor. So a lot of it is going to be for the arms, legs, and sides. The overall detail on these, you could actually go with a nice cool little panel liner and just kind of tap into all of these raised edges, and yeah, you could really bust this type of model out in no time. Alright everyone, that is going to conclude the unboxing of the Build Strike Galaxy Gundam from the Gundam Build Metaverse series. And this is such a really nice entry-level model kit that I highly recommend anyone, even if you're an expert at building. These are really fun model kits just to kind of snap together and experiment at different kinds of techniques. Definitely look forward to the build tutorial for this. This is probably going to be one of my first build tutorials for assembly for these model kits. And so definitely look forward to that. Please like and subscribe. It's you guys that are helping fuel this channel. If there's any particular models that you want to be featured or reviewed or even built, please leave those down in the comments and tell me what model kits you are looking forward to buying with this upcoming 2024 Bandai season. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode.